Welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Let's see who's on the airliner. Wow, it's pretty barren here. There's not a single piece of cargo left. Evidently, the Sky Bandits managed to make off with all of it. At least, judging by the looks of things. At any rate, we should do a thorough investigation of the place. Good point. I mean, there's gotta be someone left, right? Here's a lift car. It looks like the same type as those at the landing port. The Sky Bandits probably used them to move the cargo. I wonder what this is? It's the orbital engine panel. It looks like the flow of orbital energy has completely stopped. Well, that's probably not good. No one? How is there not a single person? Unless they're all hiding somewhere. It looks like this is the captain's seat. If these were any other circumstances, I would love to sit here. Don't even think about it. Here's the steering wheel used to pilot the ship. I wonder where the pilot could have gone. Nothing. These are first-class seats, obviously. It's bright in here. There's a lot of light shining into this place. Why is there such happy music playing? So going back through this place, I apparently missed checking this plant. This poor potted plant doesn't look like it's gonna make it. Bunch of plant murderers. This probably hasn't been watered for days. I don't know how I missed that. But anyway. If this isn't unfortunate, I don't know what is. Feeling like I missed something. Nope, that's the steering wheel. Maybe it's down. No, not that. It's actually probably got to be something up top. There's got to be something outside that I can look at. No, not all the way up here. What the? Oh. We checked it over, but it looks like there's no one inside. There's the high possibility the passengers were transferred to the Sky Bandits airship, and then to wherever their hideout is. Agreed. But this sucks. Remember when right when I thought we had some clues, we're back to zero. Come on, cheer up already. It's not like every clue has completely vanished. Why do you think the Sky Bandits hid an airliner in a place like this? Huh? As far as I can tell, the orbital energy in the ship has completely stopped, which means the orbital energy was stripped from the aircraft. I know this because the orbital energy in an orbit gradually recharges over time. Furthermore, the Sky Bandits made multiple trips to carry off a large amount of cargo. Considering the time and risk involved, don't you think it would be a little more effective to just take the entire airliner to their hideout? Yeah, that does seem a little odd that they didn't. So why'd they hide the airliner here then? All I can think of is that they did it in order to... I mean... I feel like this could be it. Because... it's not sort the cargo, obviously. It's not ditch Lynn because their hideout is somewhere weird. I don't think it's move the hostages. I think it's this one. It's true the airliner is large and rather easily seen. In that sense, it would seem highly likely they would leave it in a different place than their hideout. However, this alone couldn't be considered a decisive reason. For my guess... Come on. I would imagine their hideout is in a slightly peculiar place. Maybe 10 to 15 augur in size. In short, a peculiar place in which only small aircraft like the Sky Bandit's aircraft could land. Interesting. How about terrain covered with extreme differences in height, like mountains and ravines? That seems like a likely place for the Sky Bandit's hideout. Yes, that's what I've been thinking too. However, if that's the case, then we may be unable to do anything else. There's the possibility that their hideout may be in a place we can't reach by foot. Then what can we do? Well, I hate to say it, but we may have to share our conclusions with the army and ask for their cooperation, because they're the one with the patrol strips. What? Now you're trying to tell us we should go back crawling to the army and ask them for help? Either way, we still have to report them about the airliner. Personally speaking, I think we should cooperate with the army, whatever their attitude may be. Especially if it means bringing the hostages back safe and sound. I guess you're right. This isn't the time to be placed letting my personal feelings get the best of me. For the time being, let's get back to the guild and report our findings to Lugrin. We should be able to contact the Hawking Gate if we use the orbital telephone. So I actually figured, let's see what she says. Yes, that's exactly right. Okay, so from here, is it the same? Yeah, this is the same. Telephone. I don't know what an orbital telephone is. Let me look at my thing. Yeah, we gotta go back to the guild. Okay. Now I'm curious. Son of a bitch. Huh? What the heck? Great. Now this is something I did not expect. I wonder if we should be glad since they saved us the trouble of having to contact them. Wonderful. Yeah, I can't kill you all. We have found a suspicious armed group. Put your hands in the air, all of you. What is the world coming to? A woman and 2 kids are the Sky Bandits? Though the girl does look shifty. Hey, now that's just rude. And who are you? Why? Oh, did I just have a stroke? What? Oh. And who are you calling Sky Bandits? Can't you see this shiny emblem on my shaft? The bracer emblem, huh? I hope you didn't think for a moment something like that proves your innocence. Oh, this guy. I yelled a lot more with this guy. I can't yell right now. General Morgan? Why are you here? After looking over the reports of my men, I found this place to be insufficiently investigated, so I came to see for myself. Who would have thought the lot of you were conspiring with the Sky Bandits? Might I get you to stop the accusations, General? We happen to find this place one step ahead of your men. If that's the truth, then why don't you tell me where the Sky Bandits are? Are the hostages inside that airliner? We almost had the Sky Bandits, but they managed to escape. And there were no hostages to be found here. Looks like the truth has come out. Most likely you notified the Sky Bandits and let them know we were coming. I hate this guy. I hate this guy so much. He's got a strangely punchable face. Wait a minute here. How about you cut the crap? My thoughts exactly. Alright, man, take them into custody. You're a bitch. Hey, you put us on the other side of the wall. Thanks, guys. Nice fast travel. The General will be questioning you himself on the morrow. If your innocence is proven, then you will be released in 2 or 3 days. So, for the time being, this cell will give you a place to cool your heels. This is not even funny. Tossing us in a place like this without even listening to a word we have to say? If the army managed to arrest the Sky Bandits, then I'm sure we'd have our names cleared. But the way things are at the moment, that may not be possible. Huh? Why not? You remember what the Sky Bandit leader we fought in the old mine said, right? He said, "This can't be right. You're not supposed to be here. This can't be right. You're not supposed to be here this early," if I remember correctly. Now that you mention it, he did say that, didn't he? You're not trying to tell me that he meant the army by that. Are you? I don't know for sure, but I bet that's what he meant. Which means that the Sky Bandits have a mole in the army, or a collaborator who is leaking information. That's what you wanted to say, isn't it, Joshua? Yeah. Well, if that's the case, they'll never get caught. Which means we're the only one who stood a chance of nabbing them. But now we're stuck in here. I wonder how your father would get around this little setback. Who's this? Huh? Did you just say something, Joshua? No, I didn't say anything. It came from the cell next door. It almost sounds familiar. This is definitely their father, isn't it? Is this, could this unfounded self-confidence and tone of absurd narcissism belong to... It's you, isn't it, Oliver? You do remember my dulcet chords. To think we'd meet again in a place like this. It seems we are bound by destiny. Why are you here? I thought we took you to Bose. And now you're locked up in a place like this? What the heck did you do? Come on now, let's not worry about the little details, shall we? I have my reasons, which are deeper than the deepest ocean and higher than the highest peak. I'm definitely not asking now. I'm sure we just get tired while you talked our ears off. What was that? What a coincidence, Estelle. I was just thinking the same thing. So there you have it. We don't really care to know. You talk so much that I'd probably be an old woman by the time you were done, and I'm not ready for wrinkles yet. Oh, come now. Let's not be like that. I'll fill you in on all the details of the tragic incident that befell me. Didn't you listen, dummy? We don't want to hear about it. It all began after we parted ways. I did some window shopping in Bowes Market, then moved to the Auntie Rose restaurant. You see, once I'd eaten my heart's content, I began to play the grand piano to feed my artistic soul, and upon doing so, the restaurant manager was overcome by my skill, so I was asked to stay and work as the professional pianist for the restaurant. That's great and all, but I thought you were supposed to be a lutist. Musical genius is not limited to just one instrument. Anyway, back to my story. After negotiating a few of my own conditions, I accepted the job offer. The conditions were, of course, food and wine for free every day instead of Mira. I don't know how to put it, but that's very you, Oliver. Yet I'm not sure that has anything to do with you getting thrown in jail. Oh, well, this is where the real sob story begins. That night I had been enjoying a plate of sautéed duck I had at the chef prepare, but the blood sauce which had been used was a little too overbearing for my palate. Consequently, I began to feel that normal red wine was not satisfying enough. The more you talk, the more I want to hit you. But go on, I'm curious in spite of knowing better. So I borrowed a wine that seemed good from the cellar, something called Grand Chardonnay from the 1183. Grand Chardonnay from the year 1183. That's the legendary vintage wine that was auctioned off on the Royal City. Well, aren't you well informed? I heard a rumor about it too, so of course I'm interested in having a drink for myself. Auctioned off? How much are we talking here? From what I heard, it went for somewhere in the neighborhood of 500,000 Mira. 500,000 Mira? For just one bottle? That's out of this world. And you didn't, did you, Oliver? Such a needless question. Of course I opened the bottle and had a sip. Its sweet-smelling fragrance tickled my nostrils. Its luxurious mellow taste caressed my throat. And can you believe what else? A rose-tinted vignette of time and space existed within that very bottle. I don't think I can listen to this any longer. Yeah, my ears are bleeding from listening to such stupidity. That was ruthless. I'm completely dumbfounded. The sad thing is that after taking a sip of such excellent wine, I began to feel the food was lacking. And as I was having the chef cook me something else to match the wine, the restaurant manager returned. Since I'm not a stingy fellow, I cordially invited him to join me for a drink. But for some reason, he got rather upset. In fact, he was so steaming mad that his face looked like a ripe tomato. And before I could say another word, a group of soldiers came filing in. And well, one thing led to another, and oh God. I can't say another word about this tragedy of being dragged all the way here without coming to tears. So let us all weep together and sympathize with my dilemma. Pardon? But do my ears deceive me? Could I have sworn I heard a z and a z And even a surely misheard idiot coming from your cell? Are you listening? This is where the story gets really interesting. Oh my god. Oh my god, I can't read this anymore. Oh god, I can't believe this guy's gonna join our party. You see, further trials awaited me after I was brought here. Hello, are you listening? Hey, you three, get up! Man, I'm tired. What's wrong? What, are you trying to tell us that we've been interrogated this early in the morning? That's a little early even for me. No, just the opposite. You're being released. Huh? Why all of a sudden? Is there some reason for this? Is this the mayor? Yeah, it is. Mayor Maybell? Well, what an unusual place to be meeting you. I'm really sorry about everything that's happened to you. But don't worry, your names have been cleared. I don't completely agree with everything, but this is a request coming from Mayor Maybell herself. You'd better remember to thank her. So you mean Mayor Maybell stood up for us on her behalf? No, that's not exactly it. I just explained your situation to General Morgan. Our situation? Yes, I have one question for the both of you. Are you really the children of Cassius Bright? Yes, that's right. This is Estelle Bright, and I'm his adopted son, Joshua. I see. Now you mentioned the girl does slightly resemble Lena. You knew my mother? Yes, I enjoyed your mother's cooking on several occasions when I visited your home in Roland. Well, in fact, I once even met you when you were just a baby. Now, wait a minute. You're a personal acquaintance of my dad's? I knew that he was in the military before, but I don't know Cassius Bright, the bracer. The only Cassius I knew was the one from the service. He was a rare strategist. Strategist, Dad? I just can't imagine what he saw in the Bracer Guild. It makes me angry just thinking about it. You'll have to excuse me. What's wrong with him? Haha, it seems your father was a brilliant officer in the military. I've heard from the general that he tried multiple times to get your father to change his mind about retiring. I don't know about that. Somehow it feels hard to believe. However, if that's the case, the general's hatred for bracers must stem from Cassius leaving the army. From the vexation of being left by one of his most promising men. I get the same impression. So what you're saying is our lives are a pain because of Dad? That dirty, rotten scoundrel? Ha ha ha. How about we return to Bose now? With the airliner being found, the situation has taken a new turn. So there are a number of things I'd like to discuss with you. Oh, sure. Is something the matter? I'm definitely ready to get out of here, but it feels like we're forgetting something. Now that you mention it, what could it be? Why did they give him a lute in there? Oh, how callous people can be at times. How could you forget about a companion who spent the night with you in a cold, hard cell? How lamentable, how pitiful. Fine, be that way, I shall wither away, friendless and hungry, alone in this dark purgatory. Is he still here? Yeah, I completely forgot about him. I'm sorry to say this, but there's not much we can do for you. Is he the musician I heard about? The one who chugged that bottle of Grand Chardonnay without a second thought? Ah, indeed, that is I. Yet, my fair lass, I would be heartbroken if you took my intentions the wrong way. For, you see, I perceived it as an advance payment for the exquisite services I was about to render. You're quite the interesting character. Alright, I'll see what I can do to bargain with the general for your release. Really? Truly? Would you do such a kind service for a man such as myself? I think that may be asking a bit much. If the restaurant takes this to trial, there's going to be at least a lawsuit. Well, there's no need to worry about that. You see, the owner of the restaurant is me. What? Huh? And that Grand Chardonnay was the very one I bid on. That being the case, I'm fairly confident there won't be any other problems over the matter. What? Okay. That's where I'm going to end this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.